Hello, it's me, Salisha, your host of the Salisha Show, and I'm so excited. I'm actually here visiting my original home in Fresno, California, and by my original home, I mean the place where I was like born, birthed, seriously. And so I am sitting here with a dear friend, a good friend of many years. Oh my gosh, who actually just came out to the Big Apple to visit.
Yeah.
Last time I saw him, we were literally in New York City, and I'm so excited. You guys, please help me welcome traveling gospel artist Christian David. That crowd goes wild. Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
A lot.
Okay, seriously, so Christian, like, I have like a low-key phobia of like doing these in person, and I was so ready to like, here's your Zoom link, honey. You're like, I'm coming
No, why
over.
are we? Zoom. Zoom is like if you're in New York and I'm here.
I know, but I got so used to it. I'm like, only my friends can get me. Oh my goodness.
And I literally just saw her last week, and she wants to Zoom when we're in the same city. No.
I was gonna try to Zoom while we were in New York together too. Zoom me from your hotel room. This pandemic got me like, I don't know how to dress from the waist down.
Yeah, Zoom is just. I don't think Zoom's going away.
It's so easy.
Yes, it's become too convenient now.
I mean, seriously. And so I'm so excited. First of all, you finally made it out to New York.
Yes.
New York? New York?
Yes. So I flew into JFK, which this one, she had me all prepared for like, it's going to take you like an hour just to get to your luggage. Because shout out to Ashley Taylor, because Salisha and Ashley Taylor, they were my go-to guides for everything New York. I started planning this trip like back in May, when I found out that The Lion King, Wicked, Chicago, and Hamilton were all opening on my birthday. So
September 14th?
September 14th.
All right, okay.
So shout out to Ashley. They were my go-to guys for everything New York as I was getting ready. So
That's cool.
I am preparing, getting everything, and so I'm like, okay, I talked to Ashley, and Ashley was like, make sure you fly into JFK, because in JFK it's a flat rate.
For the
Yeah.
taxi he's talking
For the
about.
taxi, yes.
Like if you get an Uber from any other airport, this is like literally for anybody who's like, should I go to New York?
Yes.
They will charge you $120.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
no lie.
Cab or Uber or Lyft, whatever. You're gonna be paying in the hundreds.
No matter how close or far it is. And from JFK, there's like a flat fee going from the airport to where you're going. So
Yes,
you
and
might
so-
save a little money.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saved
okay.
a lot
so
of money
you got
on
to the
that.
city, and I forgot, how long were you there? 2 days? 3 days? 5 days.
I was there for 5 days. So I flew into JFK, went to my hotel, which was the Pod 51 Hotel. Excellent.
On the east side. I was like, where? I never go to the east side. But you did it. You liked it.
I did, yes.
And there was a shared bathroom.
Yeah.
Do we love it or do we hate it? Because face value, I would not like that.
It was okay. It
It wasn't an issue.
No. I walked in on somebody once.
Ah! Wait! Wait, what do you mean?
Well, okay, the way it worked was there were two bathrooms on the floor. I was on the 14th floor. And there's 2 bathrooms on that floor. You have to key into the bathroom. You can't just open it. If you walk up and there's a sign that says vacant or occupied, that's how you know whether you can key in or not. So I walked up and it said vacant. So I keyed in and somebody was sitting right there.
Oh, not sitting.
Yeah,
Oh.
sitting right there. He's like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh!"
Oh
And he
my
closed-
gosh,
yeah. And so I'm
sir.
like,
Okay.
But luckily, that was like the 4th day. So,
Okay, so you would like already like,
yeah,
if that was
all
day
week,
1, you'd
yeah.
be like,
But I had a
nuts.
sink. I had a sink in my room.
Okay.
The room was big enough just for me. I showed Salisha the views. I had amazing views from my room.
Okay.
So
And it was clean.
It was very clean.
Okay.
Both bathrooms, my room.
That's all we need.
Very clean. Yeah. So it was.
I had another friend who came to visit, and he also had a shared bathroom thing. I've never stayed in a hotel like that, except they exist in New York. Not all of them, but some of them. And he was like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's not. When I first heard about it, I was like, oh, no.
Because you know we little bouge.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. But when I did it, I thought, because in my mind I thought it was gonna be like a dorm situation.
Yeah.
Totally opposite.
Okay, so what shows did you see? You saw My Cabaret. He did not, folks. I'm so sorry. What did you see instead of my show? The
The Lion King.
Okay. We can't really be mad. We're supporting Broadway.
And to be fair, I had gotten my ticket before I knew about her one woman amazing cabaret.
Yeah.
And I told her, because on my birthday I actually saw Hadestown.
That's cool.
And then I saw The Lion King the next night. So I told her, I said, if it was the other way around, I would have skipped Hadestown.
So Hadestown, because this is your first time in New York City, that was your first Broadway show.
My very first Broadway show.
Walk me through it. How did you feel?
Well, it was at the Walter Kerr Theater.
Okay.
And we had just left the Empire State Building. And so she had to go home. And so I was actually on my own. So this was my first time in Times Square by myself. So let's just start there.
Okay.
Let's just start there. So I'm walking up.
You got on the train, right? Or did you walk?
I think I walked.
Okay.
I think I walked.
It's a nice little walk.
Yes, I walked.
So you go into Times Square.
Go to Times Square. I get to the street. I can't remember. I think it was 41st.
Okay.
I think it was. So I'm walking down, and then I see the big marquee, Hadestown. I'm like, okay, this is it. And so I take a picture of the marquee. And so I'm honestly, it hasn't processed in my head that I'm getting ready to see my first Broadway show yet, because I'm getting my vaccine card out, I'm getting my ID out. I see the line. And so the check-in was really smooth and all that. So I get in, and when I had a great seat, I was on the second floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
The mess.
Yeah, the mess. And so figure out where my seat is, and then they direct me, and I go. And when I sat down and I look at the stage, that's when I'm like,
oh my gosh,
I'm about to see a Broadway show. And to make things even more interesting, I was at the end of I was at the end of the row, so I had all the so much leg room. And the lady that ended up sitting next to me went to high school with the director.
Oh, that's so cool.
And so she was telling me about, how she was in high school. And
she's like, back in the day.
Yeah.
She was like,
and so she's like, shout out if you're actually watching this. But she was like, yeah, I probably should have kept in touch with her.
Oh. That's awesome.
Yeah, I probably should call her a few times.
That's a good time to slip into the DMs when you're in the audience and you're just like, I'm in the audience of your show.
Right. So, but
did it? Okay. So my question is, we've been waiting for Broadway to come back for so long, so I'm so excited. I saw the Passover on Broadway. It was so good. It was a play, a 3-person play, so good. But I haven't seen any musicals yet. And so, did Hadestown? Did it meet your expectations? Did it?
Oh, absolutely. And I want to also shout out SiriusXM on Broadway, because there were a few songs that I had happened to hear from Hadestown on Sirius. And so when they got to those songs, I was like,
I know this.
I know this song. And so it was that was even more neat. But when the cast first came out on stage, the energy in the room was so electric, because even though Hadestown, I think it opened up a week prior.
You mean maybe previews?
No, I think it opened.
Oh,
just like Waitress.
Oh,
yeah, I think it had opened. And so even though it was already open, when the cast came out on stage, because the opening is just everybody, the ensemble, everybody just comes out on stage and they get this box, and everybody just erupted, because, like I said, even though it had already been open, the feeling was like, this is the real opening.
We did it.
Yes, this was the real opening, and I think it had that feeling because Wicked, Chicago, Lion King, and Hamilton, those were the biggest musicals on Broadway.
Yeah.
So it had this big, when they everybody just erupted when they came out, and then when Andre DeShields came out,
I love him.
When Andre DeShields came out, that's when the room just went nuts, and he got like a 2 to 3 minute standing O.
Wait. Can I tell a quick story about Andre?
Yes.
I'm like, Andre, when I was auditioning for the Britney Spears musical, I was like I had just gone in for dance, and then I came out and I got some water. I was at the drinking fountain, and when I looked up, he was there. I was like, and I was like, do you want water? You can have water first, He was like, well, so what is this? What is this? And I told him, and I wish I could remember the exact words he said. I wrote it down in my diary. But basically, he looked at me and he was like, if you want this, like, it was something so, I remember the energy of what he said was basically, it's yours if you want it.
Wow.
And basically believe it. And if you believe it and you desire it, go in and take it. And clearly it was what I needed to hear. That's the show I'm going back to. And I'm like, you know what? Andre DeShields, thank you. But also I think the Holy Ghost was using you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a magical beings. He's magical. So.
Yeah. So Andre being who he is, it was seeing him when I saw that he was reopening in the show.
That's so cool.
I was like, because I followed him, because he did Ain't Misbehaving. He was the original Wiz and The Wiz, which are two of the biggest shows I've done.
Wait, he was the original Wiz?
Yeah, he was the original Wiz.
Oh,
if you go back and listen to the original Broadway soundtrack, that's him.
Iconic.
Yes. So, and then just one away from an EGOT, because he got the Emmy for Ain't Misbehaving, a primetime Emmy for Ain't Misbehaving, got a Grammy and a Tony for Hades Town. So he just needs an Oscar.
Come on, Black royalty, Black excellence, like come
so
through.
He just and the amazing thing was he just came up there and he just stood, and everyone was just like, yeah!
Like, there's such power in learning to just stand in your power. I do have a question. I wanted to get to this later, but like, when you're on stage being a gospel artist, do you ever feel like, I don't know, sometimes when I'm on stage, I get so nervous, I'm moving around and I'm like doing all these things because I forget that I'm enough. And there are times when I remember that I'm enough. And I feel like there's power in doing visually like nothing, but standing in your power. Do you ever feel that when you're on stage, or do you feel like a different energy?
Honestly, being a gospel artist, I take the focus completely off of me. At this point, I kind of go into autopilot because I know what I know what I got to do, and it's just and it's just when I get out there, it's okay, God, it's me and you. You're driving this ship. I'm in a position, and it's so being a gospel artist is for me vastly different from when I'm performing on theater, because when I'm up singing gospel, when I'm up ministering, it's such a place where I was like, I can't afford for any of me to be seen. Because the purpose for everybody coming to whatever it is I'm singing at is so that God gets glorified, and so that God gets seen.
Not you.
Yeah, not me. So when I'm up there, I literally try to empty myself of any of Christian, so that God can flow through me, and so that He can get all the work He needs to get done.
I just had to think about, I was like, oh, your name is Christian.
Yeah.
You're gonna empty the Christian out of you? No, you mean your name. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you
gotcha.
mean.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that would be
Right. And when you're performing like in theater, like plays, how do you feel?
Theater, that's when I literally go into what you just talked about, which is, okay, Christian, you got this. You got the part because they felt like you deserved the part and that you were good. So now you just have to go out there and own it. You have to go out there. They believe you're enough. So now you have to believe that you're enough.
Right.
So you've practiced, you've rehearsed, you know the stuff. So just go out there and do it.
Very, very interesting. I love that. It's like, you got this. And when you're on stage doing God's work, it's not about you. I'm wondering if like we could use some of that even in the theater. And I'm saying we
really could, because God can use us in any way, and God does use us in any way on any platform. And even in those venues, if I'm like, okay, God, you get the glory out of what I'm doing, even though I'm using this platform and this space, you get the glory, you take over. If God takes over, I'm not going to miss a line. Yeah. I'm not going to forget anything. He's going to make sure that I am adequately prepared.
Yeah. And also I feel like the equivalent is when I'm like listening to whoever's with me on stage, I'm not worried about what's my next line. I'll know my next line after I hear her line and what she's saying or what he's saying. It's like taking the focus off of yourself really deepens. I'm sorry, this is a total tangent, but I'm still thinking about Andre DeShields just standing there and the crowd going wild. Diana Ross also has it about her, where she can just stand, do nothing, have no choreography, and people freaking go nuts.
The first person I saw do that and just stood there, and it was just like, and I remember watching it live when I was younger, but then I recently came across the video on social media, Michael Jackson. And
Michael, people crying. Yeah, he doesn't do nothing. He's just like,
yeah, he was at, I believe it was Madison Square Garden, and he just stood there, and people were fainting. People were.
There's a video of that, and Beyonce. I know she looked up to him like a lot. She does that too. Go on stage, just stand there.
Yeah, and I've seen people cheer, but I've not seen people like to the. I don't know what it was about Michael, where they just. Right. Almost wet themselves.
I know, it's so crazy. And I think the MJ musical's coming.
Yes.
And I think there's a lot of controversy around it.
Really?
Yeah. It's like we grew up with Michael, we love Michael, but then all these allegations that came out, it's like he got canceled in his death, and it's just like all these things. But he was still
you can't
when he was here, he was like, what is it, the king of pop?
I would hate for someone to ignore my art and everything I contributed to towards my craft and towards the genre that I was in because of mistakes I made or because of things that people said. Because honestly, there was, like you said, there was a lot of, there were quite a few allegations that came out. But at the end of the day, due to the court of public opinion and the court of law, I looked at both of them. They ended up just being allegations because he ended up being acquitted. Both times. So, there was nothing ever substantially proven.
But his name got trashed in the whole process.
It did. It absolutely did. But if you look at today, I was just talking to a coworker of mine, and she said I don't know if she's 18 yet. Her daughter, her fate loves Michael Jackson.
Oh, and so she's younger.
Yes. And so his music is going to, whatever we feel about him personally, his music is going to transcend time.
Right. I think it's going to be so interesting. Like when it comes to musicals, I love hearing what people have to say. Do you love it? Do you hate it?
Yeah.
And it feels more personal, like if I'm in the show, but still I love having like the conversation. But I'm really interested to see what happens with that. I'm also interested, I can't wait to see it and see what the cast does. And like,
depending on how things go. And I've heard it's like stupid cold out there, but I do want to come back to New York in December.
Oh, it won't be that cold in December.
Okay.
It'll be that cold in February.
Gotcha. Okay. Because because I believe MJ is opening in December. But well, I think previews are starting. I think it might be opening in February. But either way, it'll be running.
Previews.
Yeah, I believe I can't remember, but I do want to see that. And the other one I know for a fact is opening is Doubtfire. Which I know there's a kind of a love-hate thing going on.
There's no hate. Okay, so Christian is my good friend, and he knows all the tea. And it's not Mrs. Doubtfire's fault. I, like, low-key was bitter for a little while when Beautiful closed. I was like, Doubtfire's kicking us out. Like, I have healed since then. Thank you very much. I'm excited to see Mrs. Doubtfire. Got some friends in it. They're killing it. So
okay.
I can't wait. And that's the one that you need to see.
Yes, because that is my all-time favorite movie. I know every single line in that movie. Yes.
I hope the person. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what they do with it.
I think the individual, from what I heard, if I heard correctly, because I caught the tail end of it, I think the guy that played Beetlejuice is now playing.
Wait, really?
Yeah, is not playing. Don't quote me, but I believe.
I hate that I don't know, and so I'm like, I could look it up right now, but it will waste time.
Yeah, I believe the one that played the original Beetlejuice, because the thing was when I was listening to this, Beetlejuice was about, apparently the reason why this came up is because Beetlejuice was about to close right before the pandemic hit, and so they got the notice, but it never officially had its closing performance, and so after the pandemic. Because it never officially closed, but it's going to reopen again. I don't think it's reopening on Broadway. I think it might be going off Broadway.
Wait, I don't know any of these things. I'm like, wait. I was like, Beetlejuice is reopening, y'all?
Yeah, so Beetlejuice is reopening either way. But they said that one of the guys in the cast, which I think is the guy that played Beetlejuice, he's not coming back because he's doing Doubtfire.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he the original person that was going to do Doubtfire?
I believe so.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to double check that. I don't
Yeah.
know if he was.
That's a little. That's more of an I don't know.
Okay.
But
I can't wait. Here's the thing. We're talking about things that, like, when Broadway is up and running, I know these things because I go to work, I go in the dressing room, and people are just talking about it. And I don't have to look it up, and I don't have to like research. Yeah. It's just we know because we just hear it in the building, and I cannot wait for that again. Like, I feel so out of the loop. I'm like, what's happening with everything?
I learned so much listening to Seth Rudetsky on Sirius XM because he talks about everything that's going on.
Yes, he does.
So
fun.
So that's how I stay up to date.
Okay, so speaking of New York, we also did The View while you were in it. It was so fun. Okay, so I've never like seen a taped show before.
Okay.
Like TV show, like been in the audience. How did you get the idea for us to get tickets for that?
Oh, because I watch The View every day.
But
I
watch TV shows and I'm not like, let me get a ticket for the Tonight Show.
Because I know it tapes in New York, and so I was like, I want to go. And then I found out that the tickets were free, and so, like I want to go to The View on my birthday.
It was so fun.
It was, and such an experience, such an amazing experience.
It was so cool
and I got to sing during the.
Okay, so first of all, it was like your birthday.
It was,
and you were like, your hair is so cool, Salisha. They're gonna call you out. They're gonna call you out.
She wore this purple.
It's like a pink blue.
Yes,
purple
unicorn looking thing. It looked great. It looked great. And so all throughout the day, especially while we were in line going to The View, everybody stopping her like, your hair is absolutely amazing. Your hair, and it was. She looked wonderful.
Christian was like, they're gonna call you up there, and if they do, you better tell them it's my birthday.
Because I was not shy. I normally don't talk like that, but I was like, we're at The View. I'm in front of Whoopi. Right. If they say anything to you about your hair, you better be like, yeah, my hair's good, but it's his birthday.
But it's his birthday. Yes. I'm glad you said that because sometimes I get carried away, and I'm like, thank you, honey. And you're like, hello, you better tell them it's my birthday. Yeah. That's why we here. And we did. Eventually they got to us and we're like, it's your birthday. And it came out that you were an artist. And honey, that was so fun.
Like that was like an out of body thing. It was like, okay, Christian, don't. And you know the really interesting thing? I felt the unction to get a song ready right before she came to us.
You did?
Yeah, it was like,
that's the worst position to be in for me. If I'm not like in that mode at all, and they're like, sing.
Yeah, it literally like sing? Literally in my head, I was like, okay, if they ask me to sing, what would you sing? And then I was like, okay, no. The first one was Amazing Grace. I was like, no. And then I said, okay, Oh How I Love Jesus, because it's a short, simple song that I could sing real quick, and it won't require a lot vocally, because I don't know what I sound like in the morning when I wake up, so I don't want to, try.
I do. I sound like crap. I'm like,
try to hit something and it's not there. Because some days I wake up and it's all open. Other days I wake up and
I need a couple more hours.
Exactly. So I was like, okay, get a song. You always have a song ready. So when that happened, it was like, yeah. And so that was out of body. It was like, don't think, don't get up, sing, sit down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like my mind goes deer in the headlights even. I'm like,
because in those moments I've learned over the years, in those moments you don't have time to be like, oh my gosh, okay, really?
Let me get my tracks ready.
Let me get ready. It's like you got to get up and go.
Right.
And to have Sunny Huston stop and like pay attention, and I think Whoopi was listening too, because I saw her talking, but I saw her kind of turn.
Oh my gosh.
And so that was.
I love that. I had so much fun.
Yes.
I was like, I loved watching it because I'm like, one day I want my own show, and it was really cool to watch the whole process and how like we had the whole panel sitting there, and they also had a comedian there.
Yeah,
basically, she was amazing. Do you remember her name? I don't. I have to look up the video. And she was basically distracting the whole audience. So when we were at a commercial break, we weren't all like up in Whoopi's business. They were like the Whoopi and all the ladies. They were able to take a break, and we were distracted by the comedian. I mean, I wasn't. I was like, what's happening here? But what are they doing? Are they friends for real? Or are they just like, oh, on their smoke break right now? Like, I was like checking it all out. I'm like, how does this really work? I thought that was really clever.
Yeah. And then, you know what? Because I took a picture of it. The biggest thing that caught me, how many lights it takes.
But it also didn't feel hot.
It didn't. That was the other interesting thing. Like, I took a picture of the lights. There were so many lights up there. And I understand that that's that's needed for television, so you can get an adequate balance and all that. But I was like, wow, that's
There
a lot
was
of
so many
lights.
lights, and then also hair and makeup was black.
Yes, yes.
I was like, okay.
That was she was like she's like Christian look like
Hair makeup. Whoopi was like, I need somebody black, thank you. Right? Like,
yeah, that's literally how it felt. But yeah, The View, like when Whoopi came out, I was like, I'm looking at Whoopi Goldberg.
I know.
Sister Act is one of my favorite
She's just
movies.
iconic.
Like, I mean, there's another movie I love called The Associate that actually takes place in New York and it's on Wall Street and all that. She was starring that.
I think I might know that one.
Yeah, it was way ahead of its time because it was Me Too before Me Too.
Whoa.
Because she works on Wall Street. She gets passed over for a promotion for her white colleague, and who actually takes her promotion from underneath her. So she quits and she opens up her own firm, and she has all the things that they want, that these businesses want, but they keep brushing her off. And so she makes up a white male colleague, and all of a sudden they start buying into what she's doing and partnering with her.
Oh, because they think that she's
because of the white guy that she made up, and they don't know that he's made up.
Oh, that is so real. Sometimes I'm like, Andrew, can you put the reservation in, please? Because sometimes I'm like, I can't get through. And my name is my name. I'm like, it's unfortunate that sometimes it's literally
it's literally like that. But yes,
it's literally like that.
When Whoopi came out, I was like, I'm sitting here watching Whoopi Goldberg right now.
So cool.
Can we talk about the Smith?
What myth?
The Smith.
Oh, the Smith. Yeah. I was like, what myth? Is there a myth? The Smith. Yes. Okay. What about the Smith, Christian?
There's one thing in particular. First of all, it was a really, really nice restaurant. It was one of those restaurants I see on TV all the time where, you walk in and people are in business suits. And some people are laid back, but a lot of people are in business suits and like really, you felt important being in there.
Oh, I love that restaurant.
Yeah, and so they came and they put sparkling water, regular water on the table, and I'm like, I'm eating in an upscale restaurant in New York.
We
wow.
went to the Smith on the Upper West Side. It's like one of my favorite go-tos, but I'm like, I'm also very aware that yes, I just spent $20 on avocado toast, but it was so good. I regret nothing, and that's where we went for his birthday.
And she asked me if I want to try the oyster of the day. First, I was like, no, I don't know. But then I literally stopped. She'll tell you, I stopped. I said, you know what? I'm in an upscale restaurant in New York City. Let's go. And so it was disgusting. And
it was good. I love the oysters. I love the oysters there.
And maybe I didn't do it right. Maybe because it was slimy, and then there was like a solid substance in the middle.
It was good.
And so she's like chew. And so I started chewing, but it's something I could say I did.
And then you were like, wait, oysters an aphrodisiac? You let me put an aphrodisiac in my body?
Yeah, she didn't tell me, because somebody pointed that out.
Silly.
They was like, that's an aphrodisiac. I was like, okay, so I'm going to be walking around,
Nope.
Yeah, okay.
So silly.
But it was really good. I had a steak salad that was very filling and very delicious.
I got a salad that day too, and I never get salad from there. Their burger, did I get a salad that day?
You did, the salmon, yeah.
It was good. It just feels good, New York, like opening up again and feeling safe to like eat inside.
Yeah.
Do normal things like go to a Broadway show. I don't know if that's normal, but like for New York, like feeling like it's open and normal. My question for you is, while you were there, did you ever feel unsafe? Did you ever feel like you were taking a risk?
No.
I know you were worried about it before you came out.
Yeah, that's because of all that. Now, you want to talk about myths. Though that's one of the myths that I will confidently say is nothing but a myth about New York. That one of the biggest things I was told was, don't travel to New York by yourself. Do not do it by yourself.
Oh, I feel like that's the only way to do it.
But Wednesday, because she had her one woman show, so we didn't link up Wednesday. Wednesday, I was by myself all day. Never felt unsafe. New Yorkers were nothing but nice, and I feel like people are walking so fast and people are moving. you don't have time to, bump into anybody or get into an altercation or anything like that. I was watching, I will be honest, I kept my wallet in my back pocket, so I was kind of watching that.
Yeah.
But
you were fine.
yeah, and I was fine. Nothing ever happened. I had my backpack with me the entire time. So nobody ever, grabbed my backpack or tried to pickpocket.
You were fine.
I was fine.
How about like after the show when it was late and you had to walk? Oh, I think I was with you.
I took a lift after The Lion King and Hadestown.
Okay.
But after The Lion King in particular, I got out and The Lion King.
Oh, my friend's in it. Tell it. You're like, if you say I hated it, I'm like, and that wraps this episode.
No, it was The Lion King. And I see why. I saw it when it came here to Fresno. But one of my theater professors who's been a bit of a mentor to me in theater for years now, Thomas Ellis, he was adamant. He said, Christian, I know you saw it in Fresno, you have to see it on Broadway. It is not the same. And it absolutely is not.
Yeah.
That show has been built for the Minskoff Theater.
Yeah.
It is literally built for that theater now. And, experiencing them coming down the aisles and, seeing things all over, all over the place. This. And then, the effects on stage. And it was absolutely amazing. It was just like, this is The Lion King.
Yeah.
And so when I got out of The Lion King, first of all, walking through now Hadestown, the night of Hadestown, that was great. Of course, like I said, I had my experience of sitting down like I'm about to see a Broadway show. But I really, really felt like Broadway when I sat down to watch The Lion King, and I was going through the theater and I'm walking upstairs, and then I had an orchestra seat. And so I'm sitting down and I'm
come on,
wow.
I'm gonna ride with The Lion King, y'all.
Yes, I'm like, wow. So
it don't get more Broadway than
right. Yeah. So after that, when I left that theater, I walked out to Broadway and Times Square is just lit up.
Yep. Yes.
I just walked around Times Square. I just walked around.
And I hate Times Square, and I'm like, I know that moment, and it's so magical. I will say, the one time, the times that I do enjoy Times Square, because people who live in New York usually hate Times Square. The time that I did love it, when I do love it, is after a show, when I'm like maybe gonna go get a bite to eat with a friend, and it's like, we're in Times Square, we just saw Broadway, like life is perfect.
And that's literally how I felt. That's literally how I felt. I walked out and I was just like, wow.
We're here.
Yeah, I'm here.
There's nowhere else to be in the whole wide world except right here.
And I had no destination. I just walked.
Yep. Yeah. That's how I felt like when I moved there. I'm like, my thing was, especially before I started rehearsals for Beautiful, I'm like, all right, as long as it's daylight, let's just go get lost in New York. And at the end of the day, I'll Google myself home.
Yeah. And part of me did want to go find somewhere to go eat, but all the shows had just let out. Everywhere was packed. So I was just like, yeah.
It's easy to eat though when you're by yourself. You can sit up at the bar, get sat right away.
Yeah. And I honestly, I didn't think about any of that. I ate every single day I was out there, New York pizza.
Oh gosh.
I don't want Fresno pizza anymore.
Oh gosh. I mean, I love it. The cheese moment.
It's
Okay. So biggest takeaway from what was your favorite? Because we are gonna wrap up. Your favorite out of all the things, favorite part about your visit to New York?
Plaza.
Going by the Plaza?
Yes.
That was your favorite.
It was because Home Alone 2 is a movie me and my mother watch every Christmas. And so literally looking where Kevin McAllister, Macaulay Culkin walked up, and then the Plaza was beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It was absolutely beautiful.
I mean, $30 for a cocktail, but that's another story. It's so beautiful.
Yes, that's the most memorable, walking into the Plaza, the world famous Plaza.
Yeah.
That was
on Fifth Avenue.
Yes, that was it.
Oh my! And was there anything that you did not get to do that you have to come back and do it?
The Met.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because that was the only thing we ran out of time.
Okay, one thing before we go about the Met for New York residents, it's pay what you want. And whenever I go, because you know the Met Gala, it happens every year except maybe 2020.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. You can ask somebody who's actually gone, but I think it's like $25,000 a head after you're invited. You have to be invited first. I'm like, oh, they don't need my money. And so pay what you want. I will hand them. They'll be like, Miss Thomas, how much would you like to pay? I say $1 and hand them $1. And sometimes I'll say 1/4. Shameless. And you know, I got that because I asked the front desk person once like information. I was like, so when it says pay what you want, does that really mean pay what you want? They're like, we don't care. You can give us 1 penny. We don't care. He was like dead to the world. I was like, great. That's all the permission I needed. So next time you're in New York, I will take you to the Met.
Yeah, because I knew Thursday, which was technically my last day because I flew out Friday morning. I knew it was either going to be the 9/11 Museum or the Met. And so I went with the 9/11, and I'm glad I did because
especially it was the week of 9/11. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And seeing the 2 memorials, it was absolutely amazing. But yes, the plaza.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad that you made it to the city. I'm also glad that we both made it safely to Fresno.
Yes.
I'm so happy to see you again. You look fantastic.
Likewise.
Let's see this fade. Let's see the fade. Let's see the braces off.
Yes,
Come on, braces off.
I got my braces off like a week before I went to New York. So, and I was just cheesing because, you know, we were on the Empire State Building, the bus tour. So I was able to smile without a picket fence.
Without a picket fence.
Everywhere we went.
Christian, what albums do you have out and where can people find you?
Oh, you can find me social media wise. You can find me on Instagram under Christian David Music. You can find me on Facebook.
Wait, the Christian David Music?
No, just at Christian David Music.
At Christian David Music.
Yeah. Facebook, Christian David, or you can follow me on Christian David Music on Facebook as well. Twitter, not on Twitter. Hardly ever.
Me neither. I'm a jerk on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm hardly ever. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's CD_music. Okay. Music wise, you can find me everywhere digital music is sold: iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube Music. My first album is entitled Romans 8:1. My second album is entitled The Sound of Freedom. So anywhere and everywhere digital music is sold, you will find me. It's under Christian David and Friends.
And you're not going to want to miss it because his voice, he is so anointed. The Christian David and Friends, you guys are so on fire, so lit, and it's just a blessing to listen to it. And I'm so happy for you and excited that you have these albums out to reflect the work that you've been doing. So is there anything else that you'd like to share before we go?
Be on the lookout. I can't say exactly what, but you know, November-ish, you know, you might want to pay attention to, you know, daytime CBS. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
And then next spring, you might want to be watching TBS, you know. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so there's more doors opening in other avenues.
God is good.
He absolutely is.
Amen. You guys, Christian David, folks.
And give a hand for this beautiful lady.
Good night. Good night. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, my pleasure.